U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited the region, including meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian Authority President Mahmud Abbas. During the recent conflict, Hamas and Islamic Jihad inside Gaza pounded Israeli towns and cities with more than 4,000 rockets. And now more evidence is emerging that Iran is the source of most of those rockets. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told Secretary of State Blinken he hoped the U.S. will not renew the nuclear deal with Iran, and that if necessary, Israel will chart its own course.
We also iterated that whatever happens, Israel will always reserve the right to defend itself against a regime committed to our destruction, committed to getting the weapons of mass destruction.
Blinken came with a message to rebuild Gaza.
The United States will work to rally international support around that effort while also making our own significant contributions. We'll work with our partners, closely with all, to ensure that Hamas does not benefit.
For many, it's an open question to see how U.S. and international aid can rebuild Gaza without benefiting Hamas. Israeli attorney Netzana Darshan-Leitner is a pioneer in the legal fight against terror funding.
Unfortunately, the United States did not learn the lesson that any money they are giving to Gaza goes directly to Hamas and creates and funnels the next round, the next attacks against Israel.
Blinken also met with PA President Mahmud Abbas and pledged more U.S. aid to the Palestinian Authority. It's all part of the Biden administration's effort to renew negotiations for a two-state solution and work with Abbas, currently in the 15th year of a 4-year term. Abbas canceled elections several weeks ago. After the conflict, Hamas's leader gave much of the credit to Iran.
And I cannot but thank those who brought forth money and weaponry to the valiant resistance, the Islamic Republic of Iran, who did not hold back money, weapons, or technical support.
The leader of the second largest terror group inside Gaza, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, also praised Iran.
I'm not sorry. I'm proud to say that the rockets that are used to pound Tel Aviv have an Iranian signature on them, the signature of Qasem Soleimani.
During the conflict, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu displayed an Iranian drone intercepted on the Jordanian border.
And that, I think, says everything on the true patron of terror in the Middle East and in the world, Iran.
It's this flagrant support of Hamas and other terror groups in the region that led 44 Republican senators to send a letter to President Biden to suspend its nuclear talks with the Islamic regime. Many, like former Israeli ambassador to the U.S. Ron Dermer, are concerned sanctions relief would enable Iran to export its terror throughout the region.
Iran is stirring the pot in Iraq, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Yemen, in Gaza. That's all of Iran's terror proxies in the region, which is another reason, while this is going on in Gaza, we shouldn't lose sight of who the big enemy is, Iran. I hope very much that the U.S. administration will not go back into the dangerous nuclear deal with Iran, and that will continue to keep the pressure on that Iranian regime that represents a threat to us, it represents a threat to our Arab neighbors, and it represents a threat to peace throughout the region.
Alpha.